Ooh, might make your head blow off.
Hey, yo, it's a talk show host, Kana Lassiter. Join me for an episode of Relations, the most lit hour of adult conversation.
Hold up, you know you can't forget about me. It's 51 Spade, Alpha Male G-O-D, one half of Relations. You wanna hear the truth? Can you handle the truth? It's where it's at, baby. It's where it's at, baby.
What's good, and welcome to an all-new episode of Relations. My name is Kana Lassiter.
Say it with me now, Alpha Male G-O-D, 51 Spade, a.k.a. the ninja you love to hate. I'm in the building.
You know how we do it. There's 2 topics in 1 hour. We're jumping right in tonight with our first topic being FWB, Friends with Benefits. And does an open relationship have the potential to save a relationship? Let's dig in to Friends with Benefits. I think we picked up here because we got into this huge conversation last week. It was kind of a segue into Friends with Benefits, and we promised that we would give it its own episode. So, Friends with Benefits, what is it to begin with? What do you think it is? What is your definition of Friends with Benefits?
No. We're not finna do
because
that.
often...
See, the problem is this. See, when the comment came in, we could already tell that certain women do not understand the rules and the regulations of what Friends with Benefits is. Because immediately we're picking up from a topic where someone said, hey, I was dealing with this girl. She was friends with benefits. I'm not really sure. He said she asked for help. For her phone bill.
Yeah, she needed to pay a bill, and she asked him to pay it, and he said he didn't.
He could. And then immediately, you was like, he's supposed to pay the bill. He can't smash. He's supposed to pay the bill.
He can't smash.
See, and that's where you getting this directly twisted at.
No.
Because when it's Friends with Benefits, okay, now, we finna break this whole thing down, okay? So we know when we on the same topic. Finna break this down. Friends with Benefits, okay, it's no strings attached. You know, it's young man, young lady, older lady, whatever you go. And y'all have no strings whatsoever attached. But you said, and I'm quoting, you said coochie is a gift.
It is.
And that was the immediate thing that you first gave off when you said coochie is a gift. But the thing about Friends with Benefits is, I'm not taking away from your thought process of how you feel, but we both are giving each other something. This is not a one-way street. Just because you have a pussy does not mean that because you giving it to me, that what I'm giving you is not a gift. We're both pleasuring each other. Now, when we start operating on the realms of outside of the sex world, that's when things are getting a little twisted, because the key word was, he said that he didn't, and the woman stopped messing with him. So I asked, could he or didn't he? And you said that he's supposed to.
Yes. I'm going to bring up a couple of things that you brought up in the past.
Gotcha.
That men don't have coochie falling out the sky. Okay? They just don't.
Gotcha.
Women, however, can go outside and people are offering a dick. You want some dick? You want some dick? You want some dick today, tomorrow, whatever, right?
Gotcha.
That's what you say all the time.
Gotcha.
So in that aspect, if you are with a dude that can't help, then you can find one who can. Still give you the dick, no strings attached, but doesn't mind giving you the bill money. Period. Okay. So if you're going to put a woman has choices just like a man does. I'm not going to choose to lay down with someone who is not going to help me if I need help, whether we have no strings attached or not. I don't even, and I don't want this to sound funny, but I don't even adopt people as friends. If you aren't on my friend list, if I can't call you for bail money, you ain't on my friend list if my light's about to get shut off and I can't depend on you to loan me a couple of dollars to get through my struggle time. You have earned the badge of friend if you've known me for 20 years. But the truth is, if you've known me for 20 years, I can call you and you got it. Thankfully for me, all the friends, the people that I call friends, can cut the check if I need the check cut. And those are the people that I am invested in. They can call me for help and I can call them for help. It's a give and take. I'm not getting ready to lay down with somebody who is going to tell me when I'm struggling, oh, it's friends with benefits. There's no strings attached. Because he didn't say he couldn't. He just didn't. He didn't want to because of what you said. I don't have an obligation to help you with your bills. That's fine. You don't, but you're going to have to go lay down with somebody else.
And that's fine. But what you're talking about is tricking. You know what I'm saying?
How is that tricking?
Hold on. See, because this is the thing. I'm not knocking what you saying. I'm not knocking none of your aspect on it. But now when we're talking about the definition, because this is what we're breaking down. We're actually breaking down the definition of friends with benefits. Now, when you make a contractual obligation, the only obligation that either party has is just for sex. Because I also said, like, that go both ways. You just gave an example of you saying, well, pussy don't just fall out the sky, whatever, this and that. But we don't know under the context of what was made. Because I hear you and several other women always be like, well, that sex was bad. I had bad sex for 6 months. He came too fast to this and that. So when you're making a contractual obligation with another man, that means that you found the partner. So when you go out there and you don't feel like gambling with your pussy, you found the dick that was right for you. And he found the pussy that was right for him. Hold on. So y'all only obligation is just sexual. You see what I'm saying? Now what you talking about is tricking. Because you saying that, listen, because you saying, well, if he can't pay my bills, or he can't.
I didn't say that.
Well, hold on.
Unique 18 said there has to be a conversation.
Well, but that's why I said but that's why I'm saying the contractual obligation. It's not
an obligation, it's an agreement.
The contractual obligation of friends with benefits is no strings attached because it's only for sex.
True.
It's only for sex. It doesn't go anything out of that. Now, if what Miss Lassiter is talking about, and y'all have that conversation to say, listen, we friends with benefits, but a little bit more, I can understand that. But that has to be said up front. Because other than that, like I said, I could put it in reverse. If I put it in reverse, and at the end of the day, I said, hey, I need help with half my rent, you gonna give me half my rent? Yes or no? Yes or no?
I mean,
see, now it's
I'm fucking with you. You threw me off because you didn't ask me about a phone bill or a light bill. Like, if we're talking about a phone bill, light bill, we're talking about $80, $100. You're talking about half your rent. If you live in a decent place, we're talking about several $100s. So that's why I paused. But if I fuck with you, and I come to your house to smash, and you about to get evicted, where we gonna smash at? That's what I'm saying. The two don't add up. But you smashing me, but my lights got to go off. You can't come smash if the lights go off.
But that's not. So, but you didn't answer the question. You didn't answer the question though. You're saying what if? I'm saying the guy just says to you, "We've been smashed." Because I'm gonna say for me. I'm only gonna speak for me.
If he asked and I got it, he could get it.
I
ain't smashing somebody that I wouldn't help. That makes absolutely no sense to me. I'm not, and first of all, you're talking about this contract. So what happens? A guy walks in and he just throws his dick on the table, and then she throw a tit on the table, and that's how you agree that we're just gonna meet up and have sex? That's not how it happens. It is not how, it's not. I have never been in a situation or heard of another friend in a situation where the people that are smashing aren't friends. We just meet up, we smash, ain't nobody getting a glass of sweet tea. Can't nobody spend the night. You can't use the shower. Since we just smashing. It don't go like that for anybody.
It can go any type of
way. You go like that when there's $100 on the nightstand and then you leave. No. That's tricking. Otherwise, I am not tricking with someone. I'm smashing over several months, and it's not contractual that, hey, we're going to meet every Tuesday. We're just going to fuck, and you can't ever ask me for anything. That is never the conversation going into friends with benefits. You end up friends with benefits because you are the first person I met in years that was just like, you know what? Let's have this conversation. Let's agree not to ask each other favors. Let's agree not to ask anybody personal things.
I didn't have to go into that because friends friends with benefits. This is not my girlfriend. This is
It
not.
doesn't matter.
Yes,
You're
it does.
smashing the damn girl.
I don't give a damn.
Well, just go buy a hoe.
I don't give a damn what's going on. If a person agrees to that, they
Agree to what? I'm agreeing when I'm agreeing to friends with benefits, I'm agreeing that we are not boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm not
That's not what
agreeing
friends
that
with benefits mean, though.
But if I'm not agreeing with anybody that
I'm not telling you wrong for that.
when I have been in situations where it's been friends with benefits, the friend part of that means if your ass is broke down on the side of the road and you need a ride, you can goddamn call. You can't come fuck me and then can't give me a ride or gas money for my car.
And that's your
doesn't make any fucking sense.
And that's your contractual obligation. That's what I'm talking about. If you're talking to that other person and you say that that's what you this is what you need, then and this
Who
is
knows that's what they need when they get into
I'll let you talk.
FWB.
Time out. I'll let you talk. Yeah, you ramble for 5 minutes. I did not interrupt you. Now, if that is something that you need, I have the right to say no. I don't want to operate in that manner, and I have done that. If the person do not agree for both sides, because you can't, what you're talking about now is going into bullying, like, oh, because you're giving pussy, that this person is just obligated to do it. Both people they take on what it is. So they can say what they can deal with and what they can't deal with. So if it was the case in point of you're saying that, hey, besides me just giving you some pussy, every once in a while, if I need something, a phone bill or whatever the case may, that's what's wrong though. That's what I'm trying to. But that's what I'm trying to tell you.
We're gonna fuck, and if I ever need my phone bill paid, can you pay it for me? Who makes an agreement like that with friends with benefits?
That's what's wrong.
Jump on his ass. He's dead ass wrong.
That's why a lot of women end up in these fucked up scenarios is because people are not honest about what's going on. Anybody that know that there's no strings attached means there's no strings attached. I have no obligation or strings attached to you to pay anything, just like you don't have no strings or attachment to pay me. When I asked you about paying the rent, you said, and all this other
But
type
my
of shit.
final answer is absolutely if I'm fucking you. That sounds absolutely ridiculous. First, let me say this. I don't even know how realistic it is.
But if a woman tells me no, then I don't have a problem with that either.
Okay. It is not realistic, not even 5% realistic, that I'm going to meet a person who, first of all, friends with benefits conversation comes up because the two people are in other situations or they have careers going on. There's something going on where they're saying, you know what, I need non-commitment. I understand that conversation. But nowhere in the world are people saying, before I agree to friends with benefits, I might need help. No one goes into a friends with benefits conversation thinking they might need help. Right now, in the moment, my lights are on. Right now, in the moment, I got a full tank of motherfucking gas. Right now, I got groceries. Right now, things are fine, especially if I'm talking about fucking you. Because if my situation ain't straight, I ain't having a conversation with nobody about getting no ass. For what? I'm trying to get money. So if I'm having a conversation with you about fucking, I ain't gonna slide in, I might need help. That's a hoe. That's a bitch trying to plant a seed for asking you for money later. I'm talking about women. I'm talking about people who got a job, got their shit together, and entered into a non-commitment. That they don't need to just, as a curtsy or as a default or as the small print on the program, to ask you, I might need help 5 months down the line. Who the fuck knows that they're gonna lose a job, get COVID? Who the fuck knows they're gonna end up in a situation?
Yeah, we real.
We damn right. Who the fuck knows when shit is gonna get hard? You're telling these women that, just be honest. If you want friends with benefits, plus you want your phone bill paid, you should ask for it. The issue I have with that is, who the fuck is having a conversation about fucking when they lights off? Tricks. I'm not a trick. So if I'm having a conversation about non-commitment, there's no way I'm talking about what might need to be paid later. The two don't even fucking go together.
For you. And you're entitled.
It goes together for a trick, not a real woman.
And you're entitled to feel any type of way that you want to. And I often said that. Just because you blabbering about whatever it is that you need, that does not mean that the other person has to agree to your terms. And that
what terms?
And that is what the guy
when you're talking about
hold on,
dick.
Stop talking. Just zip that up. Now I let you ramble for 10 minutes. I didn't interrupt.
He mad because y'all ain't agreeing with the bullshit he's saying today. That's exactly what's going on. Because normally he wouldn't stop me.
I'm not interrupting for them. It's just so they can hear what I'm saying instead of hearing you ramble. Someone does not have to agree to any terms that somebody else has. how you feel, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. This all started because the guy said he didn't do it, and he was in dealing with someone with friends with benefits. I'm just saying to you that most women are gonna always go the route of misconstruing what friends with benefit means. And no strings attached means no strings attached. If a person wants to help, they can help. If a person don't want to help, they don't have to help. And the person cannot get mad. And that's what I was actually saying. If I ask for help for rent because we're fucking in my house and the girl says, oh no, I don't really have it, but it's just friends with benefit, it does not give me the right to get mad at her. I can cut her off just like the girl did. But friends with benefits mean friends with benefits. Just being open and honest is all that I'm saying about what it is that you want. It doesn't have to come up right then and there, but just like he said, it's just friends with benefits for me. So I don't understand how she took it this route to go. And I'm like, yeah, because friends with benefits does not mean anything extra. He's not obligated to do it. If you want to cut, if you wanted to cut him off, then you can cut him off. That's all I was saying.
That's cool. It's still, I said what I said. Ain't no, and he could disagree or whatever, but if he, I hope that he didn't have the expectation that she was gonna send him a text to come smash later, because that doesn't make any sense. Even somebody that I love, if they called me, my sister called me and was getting her ass toe up, smashed, she's happy, getting dick down, as happy as she can be, for 6 weeks straight, and then on the 7th week she called me for $20. My first question is, where this nigga you been calling me about for 6 weeks? You can't get $20 from him? It's not, and if she answered me and said, well, I mean, we're just fucking.
But that happens.
I understand that it happens.
Okay, so that's all I was saying.
And if she said, we're just fucking, I wouldn't say anything other than you need to go fuck somebody else. At the end of the day, find someone else.
And you're not wrong.
It's not a shortage like that. That you have to give yourself up to somebody who's putting you in a category that's saying you don't need help.
And you're not wrong for that. But just,
and I never said women would get mad. But you would get cut off.
But just understanding the fact of her saying that lets me know that she understood that that's what they was doing. And that's all I was saying.
Right.
Anybody that's in a friends with benefit know that they're just fucking.
Okay, but
There's
you said
no
something
obligation
profound. You said he didn't understand. And that's what I want everybody, every man that's watching.
He just asked a question.
But the phrase you said, when I was letting you talk, you said he did not understand, unless you want to rewind it. You said he did not understand why she cut him off, or why that she even asked him, because they were under a friends with benefit contract. If you don't understand, I hope you understand today. Your value.
He understood that.
I'll let you finish.
That she wasn't saying. She doesn't understand why she doesn't get the friends with benefit. And I said most women don't, because they take your view on it.
We just think friends with benefits and asking somebody you're smashing have nothing to do with each other. Friends with benefits is a conversation about non-commitment. It is, and in the fact that you have the word friends mixed in with the two other word with benefits, what the fuck is the definition of friends then? We're sitting here breaking down what friends with benefits means, but friends is a word by itself. And if you are saying friends with benefits, then if you are my friend, then I should be able to ask you for something if I'm fucking struggling. Don't tell me, oh, well, we need to go over what friends with benefits mean. Well, the first word you said out your mouth was friends. That's what I need everybody to understand. Fuck the phrase. What do the words in there mean? I'm beneficial to you, and you need to be beneficial to me. And if it's just dick that you think is a benefit, see you later, bye. Because I can get dick from anybody.
So you wanted to be, you just wanted to change the word for.
I didn't want to change the word. I want you to understand that your dick is not that valuable by its fucking self. You can't just throw your dick on the table and be a complete jerk. You can't throw your dick on the table and be musky. You can't throw your dick on the table and be homeless.
But your pussy is no better than a dick.
And it's the same thing on the other way around.
So that's why I said
you got to be more than a vagina.
Because you the one that said that it's a gift, and I'm correcting you. That pussy is not a gift. You may think, a lot of women think that it's a gift to certain people, not to fucking men that's already fucking, not to men that's already sexually active. They just found each other and they decided that they was gonna fuck. Now we need to change it, because most men already know that there's nothing of no strings attached. Fuck that word or what you're talking about, because I never even really use the word. I typically just use down to fuck. Or we could change it to fucking with benefits.
Okay.
Fucking with benefits
Cool.
if you just wanted to do
I
that.
still destroy that because no one walks in the club and was like, hey, y'all hoes. Fuck all y'all bitches. I ain't buying no drinks, but who down the fuck? Don't nobody do that. In order for you to be DTF or FWB, you got to be polite. You got to buy a fucking drink. You got to be kind. Ain't nobody being no pimp, getting a whole bunch of what I'm saying is, if you saying friends with benefits is just fucking, then you don't have to be courteous. You don't have to be charming. You ain't got to smell good. You ain't got to look good. You ain't got to be driving. You ain't got to have your own apartment. If it's just dick, then that's what just dick means. And that is untrue because most people in a situation
gets into friends with benefits, why?
She gets into friends with benefits because she cannot get into a commitment, or he can't get into a commitment. For dick? She gets into it for dick, but the nigga got to smell good. You just can't have a dick and get the benefit of pussy. What the fuck?
You adding in extra fluff.
I'm saying that the guy got picked to be a friend with benefits because there was something about him other than his dick. You cannot tell me that people enter into friends with benefits or DTFs just because somebody got a big dick. At least the motherfucker smell good.
I didn't say anything about big dick.
Big dick or dick at all. I'm telling you that it takes more than a dick to get into friends with benefits. You're missing the whole point. What I'm saying is, the last person I had friends with benefits with, I could name 10 other things about him other than his dick that made him friends with benefits.
I doubt very seriously you was ever in a friends with benefits because knowing you from everything that you've ever said, you have a 90-day rule. You can't be in no friends with benefits shit. So shut that shit up right now. You talking bullshit.
I'm talking for me and the world.
You're talking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to
How is it bullshit?
Because you have never been in a fucking friends with benefits.
I have been in a friends with benefits.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
No, you have not.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I have been in a
So
FWB.
you have a 90-day rule. This makes
so what?
You
just said men's would wait 90 days to fuck. So
that's not a friends with benefits.
If I'm fucking without commitment, that is friends with benefits.
No, you're fucking with the intention of trying to make them your boyfriend.
That's another topic.
We
still friends with benefits, whether my intent is different or not.
Is smelling good and all this.
No, it's not. I'm saying you gotta have more than dick to get into. Who is gonna fuck a loser with just a dick?
I'm not saying anything.
How many of y'all would fuck a nigga that's just presenting dick? I want friends with benefits. Here go my dick. You got a pussy. Let's get together. Who the fuck would participate with a nigga that even approached FWB like that? Ain't nobody walking into the friends.
So friends with benefits doesn't happen.
No. It happens. It happens to certain men. It doesn't happen to just anybody.
It doesn't happen. Yes or no?
It happens, of course.
You said it doesn't happen at all.
It doesn't happen to people who don't have anything other to offer than dick.
It happen or it don't. It's not about.
That's not true.
It's not about.
That's not true for a debate.
It's not about.
That is not true for a debate. That is not true for a debate, Spade.
It does not.
It's not true for a debate. Of course, it happens.
The debate is, does it happen?
No, it's not. The debate is friends with benefits. I said it's not realistic for somebody to have nothing. Shit, dirt poor, sleeping on the fucking sidewalk outside to be in a friends with benefits situation.
I didn't say anything like that. I don't even know where you're getting that from. I never said anything like that.
You said friends with benefits is strictly sex. If it's strictly sex, you don't need to buy me a drink. If it's strictly sex, you don't need to say, how was your morning? If it's, let me finish. If it's strictly, you said you don't understand, so let me finish.
I never said anything about
you don't get it. You don't get it.
I never said anything about that.
You don't get it? Because if you're friends, if you are friends with benefits, it's just not a contract of sex only. If that is true, then you don't need to buy me a fucking burger.
Okay, stop right there. Okay.
What the fuck?
Okay, so stop right there. So, does anybody on there says that
let's get some comments. Let's have some comments.
These comments off the chain.
Let's get some.
Oh, fuck that motherfucker shit, moving shit. Let's see. Who gonna have the best comment within the 3 years? She all over the place. It happened. She overdoing it. Now, there's a whole bunch of
gibberish.
Trying to argue all the time. Well, we gotta get she bugging.
He's purposely picking those.
No, it's not about.
I mean, these the comments now.
It's not
the
about.
Comments earlier
it's not about
a lot different.
I'm sure they were
at different points.
I'm sure they were. I'm almost positive
because the reality. The key
word is friends.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
But I said that's the reason why they don't understand that. I said so if they just need to change it to fucking with benefits so them to understand that that's what it is, that's what it is. But no strings attached. Strings attached means no strings attached. No one is obligated to do anything.
I came in late. Give me a recap.
I'm not even talking about whether you decide that you want to continue on with the person. If the person decides not to do that, they don't have to do that. But that's just because they are not sticking to the contract. That's the only reason why. Period.
Okay.
It's not even about that. Ain't nobody said anything about no one going in no club and asking about something.
But you said something that led to that. You said something very clearly. Am I wrong that he just said fucking with benefits is non-contractual, non-obligational? You don't have to do anything. If you don't have to do anything, you don't have to buy me a drink. I go, why you don't get that? You said that. You said that out of your mouth that you don't have to do anything. I don't even know where these drinks and all this other shit came from. Because I'm just making an example. Why don't you get that?
What's a bad example?
How?
Because most people are not going into a club talking about
why
this
are you focusing on the club? It's the point that I'm trying to make. No one is going to enter into a friends with benefits.
Okay, so how does a friends with benefits happen?
I said that about 2 minutes ago. Not 2 minutes. Exactly. That's how friends with benefits start. You meet somebody, you say hello, you're kind, you're charming, you buy a fucking drink, and then later you find out, hey, you got a girlfriend? Yeah, man, I got an old lady. Well, you got a boyfriend? No, I'm career driven. Okay, well, let's just smash. That's friends with benefits. That is friends with benefits. That does not mean when my fucking phone get turned off that I cannot call you and say, damn, I'm falling hard. Can you help? That does not mean that. I don't want women to even think that for 1 second. If you are smashing him, if he's entering into your home, if he's been in your car, it is okay for you to ask for something if you need it. That don't make you a trick. That makes me believe you believe the person that you're at least smashing, giving your cookies to, your value, that means you think well of that person. You think he ain't shit. Because you won't ask a nigga for shit if you know he ain't got shit. Mm-hmm. And I ain't picking nobody to fuck that ain't got shit.
Well, you shouldn't be fucking nobody that ain't got shit anyway, but y'all do it all
exactly.
the time. But y'all do it all the time, including you. At the end of the day, I ain't never started no friends with benefits shit like that. None whatsoever. I ain't never been to no club. I ain't never met nobody, introduced myself and no shit like that. Typically, friends with benefits, they typically happen on a job, someone that you already know, and y'all are not really friends. You know what I'm saying? It's someone that you typically would meet because I've been on a job and would just happen to be talking to a lady that was next to me. She happened to have a boyfriend that didn't sexually satisfy her. That ain't really have nothing to do with me, but we made an agreement that we were gonna smash. Mm. Now, if that bitch would have asked me for some money, I wouldn't have gave it to her. Because the only obligation that I have is just smashing. No, it's not crazy. Because you just gave the key example of what you just said. My job is to fuck you. Your man's job is to pay them fucking bills, bitch. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Understand what you're talking about first. Because every situation may be different, but in my situation, my obligation is just to throw this dick since you sitting there talking about all this other shit that makes no sense. I never said anything about going in the club, meeting somebody, introducing. If that's how it happened for you, congratulations.
They say that's a side piece, not an FWB.
That's exactly a side piece, not of FWB. But let me say this. Let me say this. This is the funny thing, and y'all. This is really sad that I even have to put it this way. But this is a married woman. Let me finish. Let me finish.
I was answering them. I wasn't talking to you.
You have someone here that is married. Okay, she trusts you enough to sleep with you on the fucking job and protect her secret. That's where I'm going. Y'all got this big ass secret between each other because this lady is married, but she can't get $25 from your ass. That don't make no goddamn sense. She got to trust you with her fucking marriage. She can't even ask you for $20. If you can keep a secret like that, if you can keep a huge secret like that, if we share that together, I would think that let me finish. Goddamn. I would think that it is A-okay. It should be not expected, but it shouldn't throw you off. We share a secret that can blow up my life.
But I didn't say you can't ask. I said it's not my obligation.
Let's get this straight.
That's where it is.
Anybody, I understand that it's not an obligation. Who the fuck said?
So you can ask all you
Who
want.
the fuck said? I never said that it's your obligation. I just said I wouldn't choose nobody like that. It's no one's obligation to give anybody anything unless you're married.
I got a question. What happened if she asked you for 20 and she got 20 from her husband? She a greedy bitch, huh?
Yeah, she a real greedy bitch.
So
But what I'm saying,
are
I'm
they
making.
out there?
Of course they're out there. I'm making this point. This is the point, okay? You are entering in relationships with and giving them, having all this risk. The silliest thing you said this whole show is that she was fucking married. She can't cross the line and ask you for no money, but she could cross the line and give you some fucking pussy. Her husband's vagina. That's whack as fuck. If you can enter into something that serious and hold a secret that can blow up that woman's life, then asking you for $25 ain't shit.
I mean, but they can ask, but it's still the point of it's not an obligation. So if the person do not want to give it to them, this and that, they are not wrong, and you can't get upset. And that's the whole point of the whole thing. It's not about whether the person can ask, because the person did ask. The thing is, he just didn't do it, and he was like, she didn't understand that, and the reason she don't understand is because they view it just like what you're talking about. If you enter that as a sexual thing, that's all it's gonna be.
You got a live audience question.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
You say she's able to ask for $25, right?
Yeah.
The friends with benefits is the topic, correct?
Right.
If she's asking for $25 to
Mm-hmm.
me personally, if she's asking for $25, that means this. You're opening up other doors besides the friends with benefits.
Well, you opened it up the moment you started fucking a married woman.
She opened it up the day she gave me
the pussy. Period. Yeah, the door's wide open. Wide.
But if friends with benefits is basically, for me, I understand friends with benefits just like, okay, we fuck, we talk.
That's it.
And I love the way he said that, though. He said, we fuck, we talk. Did you hear that? He said that for a reason, because he's talking to a lady. He's not talking to his homeboy. He said that because he recognizes that he's talking to a young woman. So he said, we fuck, we talk.
Are you giving your money? Are you giving the money?
Let me finish.
I'm asking the question. Are you giving the money?
I can't say I wouldn't.
Thank you. Let me finish. He said it for a reason.
I mean, if I've known her long enough, like,
so
of course,
it's circumstantial.
It depends on, like, if
that's what I've been saying the whole time.
For fucking years, and she's
yeah,
like,
duh.
$25. I'm like, yeah. Shit.
Yeah, so it's circumstantial.
So let me say this, because I think
$25, not $2,500.
Well, I'm on child support.
I'm saying this because. And this was the perfect example of what I've been saying the whole time, is that you can't be a walking Andrew Dice Clay and just like, you know what I'm saying, give me some pussy, bitch. We just gonna fuck and you can't ask me for shit. It don't go like that. Not even for fucking LeBron James. Let me finish. You got to have charm. The person that's in here in the studio audience proved it right just by talking to me. Hey, friends with benefits is we talk, we fuck, because he couldn't say friends with benefits, we just fuck. Bitch, I only got to say shit to you. That is not true. You got to have more. You did when you watch the show back in editing. You will hear you say, "Friends with benefits is just fucking." That is absolutely not true.
I did say that, but that is not what you're saying.
I'm saying that it's more than fucking.
Yeah, but that.
And you're saying it's only fucking.
It is only fucking.
It ain't fucking because he just said we fuck, we talk.
That's him. That's him.
You know what? That's been I ain't never not had a great conversation with the guy I'm smashing that I'm not committed to. Never in my life. And I've been alive a long time. I've never been in a conversation or friendship even, or a sexual relationship with somebody I haven't had a great conversation with, who hasn't bought me a damn drink, who hasn't done nice things. I'm just proving a point that it's not just sex. It is not like that for anybody, especially if you're saying that men don't walk out and have pussy falling from the sky. Then they are not approaching these women who they have friends with benefits with like, oh, you can't ask me for nothing. So they're not even approaching it like that.
So that doesn't happen for no man. No man can just fuck and have to.
There are men out there that can.
Your point is done. Your point
they pay. He said it. Yes, they do. They pay for it. Thank you. So they're giving something. They're paying for it.
No, I'm saying friends with benefits.
Rich men all the time.
That's
Those
tricking.
that happen to them.
That's tricking.
Right. So without tricking, does that happen? I don't think so. If there are two people
I've done it. What
smashing,
you trying to talk about? What you saying?
done it.
I've done it. I've done it.
you the only one.
What you mean?
And I did just say 5 minutes ago, you're the only person I know.
They go another one.
And do you think?
They go
Okay,
another
can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Were you a fucking asshole with it? Were you not charming? Did
No,
you
I'm
not
charming.
buy a drink?
No, I'm
Thank
charming.
you.
I'm just charming.
It at least takes that. Don't come with me like that. Like you're not even being a
it's a
kind
gamble.
guy.
It's a-
What the kind of fucking women you
it's a
fucking?
gamble.
But hold on.
Most
But
friends
hold
with
on.
benefits
But hold
come
on.
with-
But no one
have that
never said. No one
of
never
course.
said not one time that someone didn't have to be nice or charming. I don't even know where this coming up at. No one has ever said that. Nowhere
I
on
know
this.
you didn't.
Nowhere on this tape and said that the person
You
ain't got to
said
be
it's just dick.
that somebody has to be nice.
You said it's
because
just dick.
because at the end of the day, no, I said it was just. I was responding to you sitting there talking about coochie is a gift. I said that's why I said that your pussy is no more important than dick. So be correct on what you're saying. But no one said anything about ever that someone ain't got to be charming. The most way that y'all get yourself in problems is because the person is charming and sweep all off your feet. Then y'all acting like slippity doo dah dumb. Because that's what ended up happening. I don't know no man that can do that. You know what I'm saying? But I do know a lot of men that have you looking stupid and every other woman looking stupid and sit there running around with their head with a chicken cut off because they don't know what the fuck happened. But if they understood the definition of it, that's why they wouldn't be looking like you.
That is clear. Gotta understand that.
Okay, so I
He's doing
understand.
it now. No drinks, none of that.
Oh, he ain't buying no drinks. He ain't doing none of that.
No.
The thing is will he continue to do it? And this is the thing. What kind of woman is she? Not coming down on you, not judging her, because I don't know her. But you can't come to me and present yourself like that. Okay? That's first of all. Your presentation got to at least be on point. And if we agree to friends with benefit, someone like me, a woman that got her shit together, puts a lot in that. My pussy is of value. So whether we're friends with benefits or just DTF, then I look at you as someone of value. If I didn't, you wouldn't be there. You wouldn't be in my circle. You wouldn't be able to text me or call me if I did not consider you someone of high value. Now, you being high value, I don't meet you and be like, hey, I'm gonna be able to ask him for a couple $100 later. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if you even got my digits, you're someone of value. And if you're in my Rolodex, I'm going to be able to call you in a struggle. If I can't, you're not in my Rolodex. I have no use for you. It's a long time, a really bad person taught me a bad thing. Or a really bad person taught me a good thing. You serve a purpose. Period. If you do not serve a purpose, then I don't have a need for you. And for me, at my age, dick, you gotta have more than that. You gotta have something more of value than dick.
But that's beyond friends with benefits.
That is not.
You're going into a.
Okay, so put it this way.
You're going into.
Let's talk about a high value woman, even if she having a.
There's no such thing as a high value woman. Now you're going into a situation of like I was saying.
I was
earlier,
not.
It's like I was saying earlier. Most women always go into the territory of just like he was saying. Once you start opening other doors, and this is why this is actually cut off, to understand it clearly. Once you start opening other doors, most men know that women are, you give them an inch, they take a yard. You give an inch, you take a yard. And it's just like you was in sales, it's called the yes factor. They start lining up shit. Yes, 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 you in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the friends and benefit goes into play of just sex. Because the more you start letting in, you start off with the paying the bills. Then the next thing you know, she asking for something else. And then she asking for something else. And before you fucking know it, y'all ain't friends with benefits no more. Y'all in a fucking relationship. That's the trick that you do. And that's what I'm talking about. Because it starts off is you agreeing to friends with benefits. And before you fucking know it, The man is in a relationship. And you and your homegirl be like, well, damn, I thought y'all were just fucking. Yeah, girl. But, you know what I'm saying? We talked and now we in a relationship and y'all no longer are friends with benefits.
Yeah, because friends with benefits usually starts because the two people are not in a place to be in a commitment.
That's right. And
to me, that makes what you said is totally normal.
But we're showing the why it's confusion of friends with benefits and why those things need to be had that conversation in. It also needs to be where a line is drawn. If you're not drawing a line in the sand, then you're crossing into different territory.
We're gonna take somebody like, let's say, just picking a name out of the sky, Larsa Pippen. We know she's single, but she married wealthy. She was married to Scottie Pippen. Now, someone who's single, running around Miami Beach, she could have friends with benefits, but I doubt she's picking the guy from the McDonald's because friends with benefits means she doesn't need to ask him for money. She got her own. Well, you know what? I don't have to ask anybody for any money, and friends with benefits is just fucking. So why don't I just pick the guy that works at the McDonald's counter?
Do you realize a benefit could be a 12-inch dick?
To me,
Benefit doesn't have to
that's
be
why
a
I'm
fucking
using
number.
Larsa Pippen. There is no way in the world this high-value woman, or you, as you say, there can't be a high-value woman, but a woman who has her stuff together, her own bank account, pretty, can pick any man that she want. She is not going to pick the guy at the McDonald's just because friends with benefits means sex only. So she's saying the guy at McDonald's has a big dick and it's just friends with benefits, so I'm gonna let that slide. No, she's gonna pick the high value man that's friends with benefits that she could at least ask him for something if she needs it. Who gets into an agreement with someone who can't be a support system, whether it's just fucking or not?
But if she's picking, typically what happens with what friends with benefits is, it's just like older ladies who have money. They only picking the guy at McDonald's for the dick. So that's the benefit. And that's the real definition of friends with benefits. So when the older lady actually just picks the pool guy or this and that, she's the actual person who has the money.
Man.
So the benefit of the shit is the dick. Lady, so know what you're talking about first. Point prover.
Not the benefit is the dick. Now, and that's a different way of seeing it. That if she's a real wealthy mother,
the man gotta ain't shit because that's what you've been saying the whole time.
If she's I'm gonna do it like this. She picked the pool guy. So let's talk about the pool guy. I doubt that the pool guy ain't thinking about what a benefit it is to him to smash the bitch. Everybody serves a purpose, and it's more than just sex.
But pussy is pussy.
It's
so her benefit is still pussy.
The benefit is the benefit that you see is she's old and rich, and she can fuck the pool guy. The pool guy now is the person that I'm trying to be in this conversation. He's thinking, you know what? Yes, this is a risk. Yes, she's married, but this is gonna solidify my job.
No,
he's thinking of whatever she is. The pool guy is not just fucking her for pussy. The pool guy sees a benefit. He sees more of a benefit there.
Lost it again.
Trust me.
First of all, let's stop.
He sees more than that.
Right,
he sees long term.
Let's stop.
Especially if he's the pool guy.
Right here. First of all, you're not a man. He don't see long term.
He's thinking about moving in.
You thinking like a dumbass.
He's thinking about working.
First of all,
working.
You're not.
He cleaning the pool right now, not later.
You are not a man. You're thinking like a woman.
If he's cleaning her pool, he's thinking about moving in.
Any man, to stop your gibbering. Any man that is younger, when they're dealing with an older woman, it's just for the experience. And the experience is just sex. We don't think about shit long term like y'all ridiculous ass. Y'all are the ones that sit there think about relationships and going there. So don't put yourself in the footsteps of a man and you ain't one.
Right.
Okay. I'm just saying, from experience, I don't know a smart pool guy that would be like, you know what? I'm going to show up every Tuesday, fuck the lady that owns this big home that pays me, and not think about what else he could get. Are you kidding me? That's not true. Don't believe it. And only the pool guy himself could be like, you know what? I fuck the lady that pays me every Tuesday, who I fuck every Tuesday, and I never even asked her for shit. I never asked her for an extra $100. I never asked her to buy a couple of basketball game tickets. I never asked her to buy Christmas presents for my fucking kids. That's a motherfucking lie.
Typically with women, like most women and all women, he don't have to ask for shit because like most women, they give him that shit anyway. It don't have to come with that. The biggest difference is with women, y'all give everything. Right. Y'all give pussy, gifts, dress them up, the whole nine. Right. So what point are you really making?
Damn.
You're not
He's
making
showing up.
You're not making a
He's
point.
showing up.
Just
Just
slang
like
that.
this.
Just slang that dick. Just slang that dick. Just slang that dick. Thank you. Slang that dick. Well, what's the point? What's the point you making? Just slang that dick. See what I'm saying? You go all the way down this rabbit hole to end up back where? The dick.
So,
I hate you.
So you want to go ahead and
We're gonna wrap up.
Sum her up so we can get to the.
So we can get to the next topic. This was a heated one. Okay, listen.
that was the.
I always speak from the perspective of someone with value. And when I meet people who don't have any value, I'm sad. So if I met a young lady that has actually been in a friends with benefits situation or a DTF situation and her life is not together, I feel really, really bad. And I'm not proud of that. I wouldn't be proud of anybody who said, you know what? Yeah, I give it up. I let him smash, but you know what? He doesn't help or he couldn't help. I'm not saying to get into a situation because you need help. I'm saying that anybody that you are letting in your company, taking up your time, which you can never get back, I'm saying they should serve a purpose. And I'm saying you are more valuable than signing up for just dick. Because someone could give you really big dick and be an encourager, a supporter. It doesn't take just money to help somebody move along or fly a little higher. It takes a kind word. That's what I was trying to say, is that we got into this strict definition of if you're smashing, then that's all it is. But women are worth more than just a smash. So I expect that women would ask for or go get someone who is worth more than smash and that could provide more to her than a smash. I think it's just not necessary today for anybody. You could be fucking Gabrielle Sidibe. You in 500 pounds, and you could still get someone that's more beneficial to you than just a fucking dick because of who you are.
With most people in this world, and that goes for, males, females, always know the definition and know that things in life themselves are not fair. When I look at artists that say like they didn't have no money because they didn't look at their contract and they didn't read it correctly, and they quickly blame the record company because they was uneducated. The reason they're broke is because they was uneducated. The reason why women end up in fucked up scenarios is because they're uneducated on what is actually going on about what they signed up for. I'm not saying anything about wanting whether a person needs to be in a friends with benefits situation or not. Just know what you're getting yourself into. Because if you don't know what you're getting yourself into, that person has the right to say no, and you have the right to dismiss them, continue on with them, or whatever it is that you want to do. But just always remember, her pussy ain't no more important than your dick.
Real.
And that's real shit.
Boo. Next topic. Can the open relationship have the potential to save the relationship? This is a really, really good one because we are other podcast watchers, and I'm like super proud of the women and the men that are really coming out nowadays and just saying they're not monogamous. And that's a whole rabbit hole itself, the whole non-monogamy conversation. But the exact question is, do I believe it would help save a relationship? Abso-fucking-lutely. And this is why. For men and women nowadays, for a person to be their true selves, true selves, all the way from the crown of their head to the bottom of their feet. In order to be that person, you gotta lie to somebody. In order to be that person, you have to cheat on somebody. And it's really sad that to be you, you have to resort to something negative that would hurt someone else. And so you being you shouldn't equate to you having to cheat. Therefore, your relationship should be open. You saying how good a woman smelt today and how attractive you are to her shouldn't get you in trouble because it happened. It's the truth. So if you went home and said that to your spouse, that should not constitute divorce. Shouldn't constitute you even having to go home and having to keep that to yourself. or to fuck around and just leave the house to tell your homeboy what a beautiful woman you met today. You should be able to share that with your spouse. So that equates to honesty. And those are all good things that help a relationship. So my answer is yes. I totally believe an open relationship. And let me just define open relationship. Because for some people...
Not true.
I know. I already know I'm going to get throwback on this. And I'm ready for it. Okay? I am super ready for it. People... Men and women do things instinctively throughout the day. Whether it's look at a woman that walks by, a woman could smell a man, smells really good. It's really sad that these people that have those occurrences during the day by themselves have to go home and can't tell some of you people. You're sleeping with the enemy because your person is laying next to you every night with a secret because he can't come home and tell your ass. I don't want a relationship like that. I don't want an imaginary relationship. I'm not attacking people who are truly monogamous because there are people out there who have actually told me, you know what, I don't need another woman. I don't need another man. And I applaud you. But that's not most of the population. Most of the population, that person will go to Walmart or be at work and there is something there, something they saw, something they touched, and something they smelled that they cannot go home and repeat to their spouse. And that is a motherfucking issue. So if he can't come home and tell you the girl smell good, he definitely ain't gonna come home and tell you he smashed. So you got yourself a stranger in your house because you've set walls and boundaries so much. He can't do this and he can't do that. You just basically told him not to ever tell your ass anything. And these are the women who end up on the couch next to Oprah saying, I didn't know, and I'm so broken, and now I got HIV, because your ass was so stubborn and set all these boundaries and guidelines that your husband can't come home and have a conversation about you or with you about how he's feeling for real, not what you want to hear, but how his dick got hard when he saw homegirl ass out. He can't come home and tell you that. And you can't set boundaries in place or go get them same shorts so your ass hang out the same way because he can't come fucking tell you. So you can't combat the cheating. It progresses because he can't come home and have open dialogue with you. So it doesn't start with sex. It starts with being able to talk to your spouse and tell you, I met someone else attractive. I like someone else. I'm having feelings for someone else. I think I want to have sex with someone else. They can't even think about or fathom coming home and having a real conversation with the person they fucking married for the rest of their life. That's fucking a death sentence to me. Not being able to go home and tell my spouse the truth sucks.
Keep hitting your shit.
Interesting.
I don't want it.
Oh boy, where to start? Okay, open relationships. The very first thing that we're gonna have to initially tackle is unlearning what people have learned. Most people are cool with lies, and I'm just gonna go out I'll go ahead and put that on Front Street. I understand perfectly what you're saying about people being honest and then going home and saying that, hey, you know, I was at Walmart, saw this big booty bitch, and, you know, blase, this and that. But the reality of the fact of you probably gonna get somebody killed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand
really
that.
Sad.
I understand that. But you have to keep in mind it's kind of like this. There was one point in time when homosexuals weren't accepted. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So they were bullied and they were, you know, ostracized and they were killed. You know what I'm saying? Some of those things. And now you're talking about a thing where monogamy has been programmed into women's mind, and that's all they know. They think that I'm enough, and I can only speak from a man's standpoint. Mm-hmm. Most women believe that they should be enough for the man. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want you looking at another man. I don't want you looking at another woman. You better not look at her tits. We in the club, you with me, keep your head forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be a real hard thing to tell a man to go out on a limb and be like, damn, baby, look at this big booty bitch over here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think you should be able to.
Like I understand, and I'm not disagreeing with you. But we ask some of these women, how they feel about it, and that's why I said they would have to unlearn the word monogamy. Because to have an open marriage, you also have to, it starts with the definition. You have to have an open mind. And that's where you're going to run into that problem at. Because to have that, you also, an open marriage isn't a free-for-all.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? So we still talking about boundaries, something that y'all discuss, and then putting that in a contract and then abiding by that. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be pretty hard, because I just had a conversation with a guy. You know what I'm saying? Because most people know that I'm in a poly relationship. And he asked me, damn, Spade, you know, like, how does that work? Like, how does that go? Like, your girl don't get jealous? Like, and I'm like, no, you know, my girl don't get jealous. But I think the thing that you're missing is, with my woman likes women. Now, every woman don't like women. You understand what I'm saying? And then that puts a woman in competition with another woman. See what I'm saying? And that's where that open shit could go a little bit left. Because I said, well, you don't think you could talk to your wife? And he said, man, my wife saw me fucking someone else, she would probably kill me. That was his honest answer. And sitting back thinking about that, I thought to myself, we are in a new age. Because let's just say, for instance, like people who's older than me, poly and all that shit wasn't around. So that's why you have your granddad who had another house somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? Me growing up, my dad took care of my household, and he had another girl somewhere else. See, that type of shit. But they did that based on that, even though they might have been, whatever it is that they doing, in love with somebody else, had another family, whatever the case may be, they knew that if I go home and tell my woman that I got another woman pregnant,
It's over.
it's a wrap.
And that makes me, and I get it, because I don't want the women in the world to turn on me. But those situations make me sad, because it also happened to me. My dad, and this is probably where I adopted an open mind from. My dad, not married to my mom, was married to another lady, and he would pick me up, and we would go to a whole nother home, another lady. And as a young girl seeing that, I would go from this side piece's house back to his wife's house. And he loved his wife. What I mean by that is I saw love. He waited on her hand and foot. You just took care of her. So I didn't see the lack of love. So I'm looking at my dad and I'm saying, wow, is he a bad guy? No. He's doing what, he's being a man. He is being his natural self. And he is created two households because he has to. He can't go home and say, you know what, I can't do it. I'm not monogamous. I've tried this marriage thing. I can't stop getting outside pussy. He can't, because he's being him.
Now I'm finna pull one of your cards.
Yeah.
I'm finna play devil's advocate, because you always do that.
Sure.
Now, you said that he still loved your mom, right?
She wasn't my mom.
Oh, okay.
He was married to someone else.
He was married to someone else.
Yeah. So I had a stepmother.
Okay, so it was your stepmom.
So he had my stepmom and his side piece.
Okay, so that was your stepmom.
Yes.
Would you have felt the same way if it was your mom?
To answer that, I have a sister who is my same age.
Gotcha.
And when I found out about her, I was devastated. And I wasn't devastated for me at first. I was more devastated for my mom. But there were circumstances. She's a month older than me. Here we are thinking I'm the first and only child. I have a sister that's a month older. She was born in November. I was born in December. So I thought about what that might mean for my mom emotionally, and it broke my heart. It really, really broke my heart.
So short answer, no.
So the short answer was, if that happened to my mom, I would feel differently about his choices. Like, not about him having an outside relationship, but the choice to have a relationship without protection. A choice to have a relationship where he nutted in someone and got someone pregnant. Those are all boundary breakers for me, whether I'm poly or not.
Gotcha.
That type of behavior you shouldn't be doing that when you have a wife at home. So there were some circumstances around that would make me answer that question the way I did.
Gotcha. And that's the thing that I'm talking about right there. See, I would say that an open marriage won't help with every relationship. It's going to be circumstantial to the people. Because I would say, listening to you tell that story, I would have said that he didn't love your stepmom. Because if he did, he would have got with someone who would have been on the same page with him, where he could have went and did what he needed to do. You see what I'm saying? And I feel that everybody else would agree with that too. In order to have an open marriage, both people got to be on the same page. And if they not on the same page, then you need to get with someone and you need to open up that marriage.
Like-minded.
Open up that marriage, and then that can work for y'all. But once a man says, hey, I'm in a committed relationship with you, and he presents that to that woman, this is the reason why the guy I was talking to said that he couldn't do that. And I understood, because for me, when I presented my situation, I started off my relationship open. I didn't backtrack. I didn't go into the relationship
monogamous.
I didn't
say I want to be poly.
Yeah, I didn't go into the relationship and say, hey, I just feel like being honest today. I like this big booty bitch down the street named Brenda. You know what I'm saying? She gonna try to take my nuts off and use them as dice. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the reality of it. That's what's gonna happen, because what you doing now is, in the black community, we call it reneging. That's what the woman gonna say. She be like, you're reneging on what we decided to do. I met you as monogamous, even though I'm a firm believer of that people can change their mind. I believe that. Because I feel like that's why some marriages run into problems, is because people change over time.
They do.
They change over time. But just because you change your mind, it's hard as fuck to change your wife's mind about you slanging some dick to somebody else. Because I know as a guy, I can fuck somebody and have no feelings attached to them. None whatsoever. But that's just me being a man. You understand what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm talking about.
But it's hard to convince a woman that, so you fucking her and you don't care about her, huh? That's what's gonna come up. Like every time, even though I'm in and I'm not saying it's malicious, even though I'm in a poly relationship, I still get the typical questions. Well, how was that pussy? You know what I'm saying? How was it? Was it good? Was it tight? You know what I'm saying? Did she squirt? I'm still gonna get those questions. You know what I'm saying? They're not combative questions, but it's just the woman in her still want to know, because women are competitive at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? They still want to know if it's a threat going on, whether she's sharing me or not. And that's the reality of it. I hate to say it, but that's just real deal shit. And that's what you asking either a woman or a man, or even flip it in reverse for a woman to wake up one day and say, you know what, baby, I love you. I was thinking about this dude at my job. His name is Tyrone. I just fantasize about him all day. You know what I'm saying? I fantasize about him all day, and I was just thinking, if it's okay with you, I would like to get to know him.
I think hearing that right away would make somebody really mad, if I'm being honest, okay? But listen, let me finish.
Gonna get someone stabbed.
I get it. I think thinking about it, I think all this stuff should be thought about in hindsight, because it takes time for you to sit down and with yourself and realize what just happened. And what just happened is you got the truth. And this is what I really want people to focus on, because if we talk about sex this whole show, and her having to sacrifice dick and share this and share that, the audience is gonna be on a no, because we're starting it out talking about sex instead of talking about authenticity, instead of talking about honesty. I want something very, very authentic. And the way I came up with this was this. My guy was actually texting someone else. I wasn't in the room at the beginning of the texting. I walked out of the room and was able to stand back because he didn't see me, and I saw the look on his face. It's a big smile. Whatever they were talking about, he was happy about it. I don't know whether it was a picture, something she said, but he was so giddy and so happy. And I'm looking and I'm saying, I'm seeing the person in their regular form, like the form they were in when they didn't know you. The form they were in when they were alone walking home from school and they texting they high school sweetheart. This is the person you don't get to see. Talking about the people who are not in at least open communicative relationships. If you don't have an open dialogue, then these are the things that you don't get to see. And unfortunately, these are the men that you're marrying. You're committing your life to spending with a man for the rest of your life that you don't even know. You've never seen that smile because he's not allowed to be texting another bitch in your presence. You've never seen him be giddy and get his ego fed. You've seen it when you've done it, but you haven't seen his reaction when he gets it from someone else. You know that girl at work that keep telling him that his cologne is fucking on point and that his suit is fit just right? That bitch, you don't see that smile. You don't see how it makes him feel as a man. What you get is when he get home, he hungry. And he playing the PlayStation, waiting for your food to get done. And then he get that same pussy that he got for 364 days already. That's the person that you've accustomed to being comfortable with, and it's the person you think you know. You have no idea who he really is outside of your presence, and that makes me sad for some of the women who believe, not the ones who truly are, the ones who believe they are in a monogamous situation and that they know their spouse inside and out. You're wrong. If you've never seen him in raw form, you don't know who your spouse is. I've seen mine down to the dick being in it. I know who he is.
They say such a bone, men, such a bone. Love that name. Men can't take what they dish, literally.
Yeah, they can't.
And I figured that was gonna come up, and I was about to. That's why I brought that up, because the flip side of that is gonna be, you know, the women are immediately gonna say, "What about the men?" You know what I'm saying? Does that
constitute the other way around?
Does your stance on that still stand for the men? Because they're gonna say, yeah, we have to sacrifice some shit, you know, for their happiness. But what about
ours?
And what about their happiness? And will it transcend the other way around? And see that, and that's why I was saying about an open relationship a lot of times, because I'm in an open relationship that deals with a woman who likes a woman, but I have met another man who lets another man run his wife. To me, that's a strong man. You know what I'm saying? I applaud that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't comprehend it. You know what I'm saying? but I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it, because what he told me was he couldn't satisfy his wife. You know what I'm saying? And really, at the end of the day, instead of losing her, he put into play where he could keep her and someone else please her. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's an ultimate sacrifice, and
it's honesty on another level.
And yeah, that's honesty on that's honesty on a whole nother level. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I applaud that. You know what I'm saying? Really at the end of the day. But would you say that your stance that you've taken on the open relationship
is the same for women?
Same way for women, the other way around?
It's hard for me because I am strictly one dick policy for me. I don't need other dicks. So for me, it's hard. But if this is this person, this is not, I don't want to say that, oh, because he's fucking other women, I want to fuck other men. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a woman who is not monogamous. That is the key word here. There are people in this world who just are not monogamous. They want multiple loves. If that is who she truly is, I say do it. If that's who she is. I wouldn't do it because he's doing it. And I wouldn't do it because he broke my heart. None of that. No, other than the reason that it is your natural human feelings that you cannot be with one person, then I say yes, that she should fucking go for it. Because that's what I'm talking about with men too. I'm not talking about a whore here. I'm not talking about a man who's just a hoe. I'm talking about a man who has decided he is just non-monogamous. He cannot do it. That is who I'm really focused on. Because that person generally is a provider, a protector. That means he has a great job. He protects his family. He loves his family. He has his shit together. The only thing is he doesn't see himself eating one meal, the same meal, for the rest of his life every day. And you shouldn't have to. No person was born to eat the same meal every day. So if I wasn't born to eat steak and potato, my favorite meal of all time, if I was not born, I cannot eat that meal every day for life, then there's probably no way I could have one partner, the same partner every day for life. That's a basic example, but that's how I want people to start thinking of it. It's not about who you are, it's about who your partner is. I think the monogamy relationship should be in the dating stage. You said something very profound. You don't come to the table like, hey, I like several different pussies, so if you're going to be with me, you usually come to the table with all your credentials, you can make a great boyfriend, and then you kind of slide it in. I think that it should absolutely be one of the first questions. Are you monogamous? If the person says no, then if you're a monogamous person, then it might not be an idea for a monogamous person and a non-monogamous person to date. It's stupid.
Correction. I said I do come in saying.
Yeah, you come up front, but
yeah.
most men don't. Most men couldn't do that. You had a dog in the fight because it just so happened that the person that you were having the conversation with was like, "Oh, you like coochie? Well, so do I. So we're gonna make a great team." That's my point. It happened in the dating stage, so I knew, or that person knew, or that person knew that they were dating the right person.
Gotcha. But
that's where it starts.
Yeah, but I always did do that, and that always didn't work out in my favor. You understand what I'm saying? Like, don't get it twisted. You know, I have been in situations where that has come up, and women are just like, I ain't about that life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not always a win. Like, I ain't batting no 1,000 or no shit like that. I have ran into women where I have said to them, like, look, I don't believe in just seeing one woman. You know, I'm non-monogamous. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of multiple loves, and they just not with it. And you're going to run into, if I'm going by percentage, that percentage of that is going to be real high of women who do not agree. So also, you know, to kind of go, to stay on point, but keep it off of a sex scenario, even with open marriages a lot of times, keep in mind I'm saying, like, sometimes agreements are not, you know, made to the fullest. So for years we speculated about, like, Will and Jada having an open marriage, and look at the shitstorm that went down. So it doesn't necessarily mean because someone has an open marriage that shit is just hunky.
Perfect.
You know, it's just
You can
hunky.
choose to fuck the wrong person.
It's just hunky dory. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he might have been okay with her fucking someone closer to her age, not someone younger. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know the ins
Or someone she met on set, not her son's best friend.
Yeah, I don't know the ins and
Boundaries.
out of their contract.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if that contract is what it is, I would say an open marriage can work as long as y'all are on the same page. But you do have to find a person that's willing to be on that page. If they're not willing to be on that page, then it's not gonna work out.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap up with our conclusions to the subject. This is how I'm gonna tackle it. I want you to consider that you have a goal in life. And I know that for women, marriage is a goal. Good relationships are a goal. Careers are a goal. So I want you to imagine you know exactly what you want and what to go after. And then you take everything you can and put it in front of that goal. Everything you can. Just grab everything you can and put it in your way on the path to your goal. That's what being in the wrong relationship is. You get into this relationship with the intent of being with this person for the rest of your life. But all your rules that you have set going into a relationship are like roadblocks in the way of your goal. So if you can just remove everything that you've said, like he said, unlearn, I don't like this and I don't like that. Stop saying that. Say it when it's the right time. But stop planting seeds that things are just unacceptable, because that is getting in the way of the truth. Either your truth or the truth for the other person. And I'm going to leave you with this. If you love your spouse, then why, like, love him, and you want him to fly, like excel in life, why are you putting things in his way? Because that's what you're essentially doing. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't tell me this and you can't tell me that. You are making love difficult. And I don't think love should be difficult. I think love, as it can be, should be as a clear drive as possible, because it's the thing that gives you the inspiration and the motivation to go out and excel your other goals. I'm great at my career when I'm loved correctly. But if I'm setting up all these things in front of the love, then I'm making love difficult. Then I'm not helping him make anything else in his life easy. So I think that more than satisfying the man, I think that an open dialogue in your relationship just makes things smoother. The easiest thing in a man's life should be the love he gets from his wife and the house that she's created. And that house should have peace. And there is no peace with lies.
That's what's up. I do believe open marriages can work, but like I said, it has to be with the right person. And for those of y'all that are not in open marriages, I would just always say, just be honest with yourself. If you're not happy, then get out of that relationship. You know, because really at the end of the day, that's how a lot of infidelity actually goes down, is because the person is not happy. And for the women, and I'm only speaking from a man's point of view, if you cannot be his peace, you might find yourself on the end of a peace sign. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of times when your man is not happy, it opens the door for other women and other opportunities, and other options to come into play. So if you are not open to an open marriage, then you better at least be making him happy.
And open to the communication. And now is the tap-in portion. Before I give you the tap-in, I'm going to show you how to get one of your tap-ins actually on the show. You have to email spadeperry@gmail.com with your question or comment. Now, I did not take the tap-in from someone. This week, I took the tap-in off a national situation, a media situation between Kanye West and Kim Kardashian over the children. There's been a big thing online. Right now, the subject is TikTok. You have a younger daughter that is using TikTok, and that this house, at Kim's house, TikTok is okay. Kanye's house, TikTok ain't okay. In fact, he doesn't want her on TikTok at all. So the question that he had for everybody in the world is, what do? I don't want my daughter on TikTok. And I provide for her. I'm her father. I said no. So the question I have for the parents, because I'm not one, is is there an expectation that once you divorce, that your rules from house to house should stand?
Okay, so I do have kids, and I've been in that scenario, and the reality of it is that's a hard ass when the parents are not on the same page. Once the parents are on the same page, everything can run smooth. Unfortunately, in my case, my kids were a lot younger, like they were then, and that's, for some reason, it seems like that's when a lot of the problems are coming into play. The woman is dating somebody else, you're probably dating somebody else, and there's a whole bunch of shit that's going on because y'all are angry. And that's why those rules can't be enforced. There was a set of rules at my house that I enforced, and then when they went to their mama's house, them rules weren't enforced. What it does do is it creates a divide with the child. I'ma speak for dads. Is a dad being the disciplinarian, you become the bad guy. I don't give a fuck how that shit is looked at. Anything that you fucking do is looked at as bad because, one, we already are the disciplinarian. So if she was to come to my house and can't use TikTok, I'm the fucking bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Because she can't use TikTok at my house, and when she go to her mama's house, it can. So the conversation really has to be between him and Kim to find out, like, this is how this got to be done, whether it's, and this is just a suggestion, whether it's I have the password and you have the password to make sure what's going on. I don't really know. I don't know how they could come to a conclusion on that standpoint. But until they're on the same page, the court's got to get involved with that shit. And I don't even really know if that can solidify the situation, because it still puts the child at somebody else's house, and we know how children get, like, they don't want to come to your house now. I don't want to go to his daddy's house. It sucks over there. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And because I won't let her do A, B, and C, mm-hmm. and then you get over to mama house and she blowing up birthday cakes and having big jumping jack shows and all kind of shit going on, and it's fun day Sunday over there. You know what I'm saying? So that's a hard one. Mm-hmm. To say, but I can say it don't get better, because it got better as my children got older and we were able to get on the same page. Mm-hmm. But when they young like that, and then other people are dating, a lot of that come into play.
For me, because I'm a child of divorced parents, and I am a huge fan of Kanye West and a huge fan of Kim, the only thing I could really focus on is that of the actual children. And I think this is so unhealthy, and I agree with you, it's going to create one of those things where you love to be at mom's and you don't like going to dad's, and it's going to damage the relationship. So I have to appeal to Kim on this one, because I saw a very interesting tweet that I actually retweeted. It said, Kanye is trying to make other Wests, not Kardashians. And it spoke to my spirit. We have to remember, Kim wasn't born a scholar. She got her start because she was working for famous people, had a sexual relationship with someone famous, and had a sex tape. And she's doing great, and I love her for everything that she's accomplished. But let's not forget that her fame does not come from being a scholar or a book. So if you're someone's dad and you're thinking about this, well, do I want my kid to start her career on social media and just become a reality star? Or do I want my kid to adopt my genius, go to college, have a craft, be creative? He's doing so much fashion, creating sneakers, creating for Balenciaga, and just doing so many big things. He's thinking on a larger scale. I want my kid to start off a scholar. Now, when she's old enough to make the decision that she wants just to be a fashion model or she just wants to be on reality TV, that'll be her choice. But he's trying to plant other seeds. And for that, I have to choose his way. And I'm hoping and appealing to Kim that she could at least see that. He wants to create a different road than what she took for his daughters, because he was specific. He said, this is my first daughter. How do I keep her off of TikTok against my will? Well, and that hit me because he used the word daughter for a reason. This is my baby girl, and he doesn't want her to be a centerfold.
I got it. 2 middle fingers to Kim Kardashian.
No.
That's how it's going. Next time she come up on the show, she's always going to get them. 2 fuck yous.
And I don't feel that way, just in case. All right, it's the end of the show, guys. Thank you for joining us on TikTok and on Podbean. My name is Kana Lassiter. You can find me on Twitter and IG at Kana Lassiter.
You can find your boy on both platforms, Twitter and IG. I want to thank everybody for subscribing to the show on YouTube, on TikTok and Podbean. Hey, check us out on Fridays. We always go live on Fridays at 8 p.m. Not literally live. We go live on Saturdays.
But the show airs on Fridays.
The show airs on Fridays, and I want to thank everybody for support. Keep running up them numbers. I want to thank everybody. Looking for the shirts, you can get those at alphamalegodcreations.com or go to my IG. That's Alpha Male God Creations. And you know what I do? I always sign this out. I always say it.